There we go. Sorry. Right. Cool. Yeah. I muted it because I was testing some stuff out. Hang on. My hair. God damn hair. Right. Can you hear me now? Is it working? Is everything going okay? Because it's peaking. My mic is plugged in. Okay. Is it working? It should be working. Everything's plugged in. I freaking hate this. It's right. Okay. Okay, I can hear myself. That's absolutely fine. Cool. Everyone was like, "I can't hear you. I can't hear you." I was like, "Is it what?" Okay. Right. Cool. So let me quickly update the page. Just gonna hear me going, "Fucking hate this. Freaking hate this." Okay. Right. So far on the emails as well. Let me just it's probably going to say something like, "You have to have this." I noticed there was a thingy. Okay, so it's about time to get the drinks party. An event opens up at 9:45 and kicks off at 10. See that? Oh, and and share how you're celebrating. So basically, let's just refresh this page. So nothing's happening at the moment. Let me just quickly change the thumbnail and change everything across. So how is everyone doing? Sorry, it's a bit wishy-washy straight away. It's why did I even say that word? Even 46 views on the last video. So I don't know what the premiere what this is. Like, I imagine it's them turning around and saying a few things. Like they're talking about how, like, what's coming out, or it's something like that. That's what my kind of initial is. Hasbro Bros is new. It's not a new company. It is basically their like Amazon service and stuff like that. I think water would probably be a best option right now rather than tea. So yeah. So basically, right. Did that even delete? Okay, so, but no, it's basically that. It's like the Amazon wish list thing. I like that. I'm morphing fine. That's actually a cheeky one. I like that. Okay, my birthday was good. I went out. Unfortunately, I went for a giant walk with people. That wasn't the problem. It was just afterwards where my legs gave up. So as in like, oh no, he's a little bit old now. Right, let me quickly change all this stuff over so people can come and have a look. Where is my thumbnails? There we go. So we know that's the one, so everyone can come and join, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, I just want to be your +1." So, like, it's 10 o'clock, right? So it says it started, as in like. Hang on, right? Where am I? Am I in this one? Why is it not doing anything? What is? Like, Hasbro are like, are you okay with this? Oh, fuck, you have to be logged in. I thought I already was. Right, let's go back. Like, Hasbro, like, you think that Hasbro would be like, let's get this all started. Yeah, it's definitely 10 p.m. So it's 10 o'clock and it's not started. Let's just see if they've got it. 18 hours? What? Like, I'm not being like silly on this, but where is it? Like, it's bang on 10. And it literally says in the email, that it's ready to go. Like it's Thursday the 8th. Like, I'm not being like stupid or anything. It's about time. Grab some snacks, drink a gear, and for the Hasbro Pulse FanFest Premium Party. Event opens up at 9:45 p.m. and kicks in at 10 p.m., which is now, which is like 2 minutes. Oh, and share how you're celebrating with this. Okay, so it's on. Like, why would you start an event and then not even talk about it? Right, so it says it's live? So where is it? Like, seriously? So I can't see the chat at the moment. Where is it? Like, so I'll show you. This is literally what I've got. So okay, let's try a different browser just to be on the safe side, because this is what I can see, and it says in the email that you can do it. So let me just. I literally hate the fact that Hasbro Pulse don't do this. Accept all cookies. Oh wait. Oh. Okay. Luckily, we've just got this correct. Okay, so let me just grab this link, stick it in something that is absolutely fine. We've got like 15 seconds apparently. So. You generally think that Hasbro would allow it to work in Chrome. Okay, alright, that seems to... Yeah, you saw my my background. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so here we go. There's way too much of a mission. How is it going, Tucker Kid? That is like fucking cringy as fuck. Sorry. Sorry, that's really cringe. Even by my standards. Oh, I'm so glad I'm the only person that had it. Like, I'm not the only person that had this issue. Oh, we got you. Okay. Is there a chat? Like, is there a chat option that I'm not seeing? Oh, is it one of those dad cringe things? Dad jokes. Ah. No. Like, no. Like, if you were hot and sweaty, you'd be like, "Oh, I'm so glad I'm in this air-conditioned building." That's what it is. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I realized. There we go. I literally realized. There we go. Okay, sorry. He was literally cringing and going on about how he could see people. Is he reading it? Everyone can hear him, can't they? Right, let's drop down my mic actually.
And charging them whatever it costs with a little bit of shipping. Really helping each other, which is wonderful. I'm also seeing people that have lost entire collections. You know, Matt Anderson.
There is... no, there isn't, is there? Sorry, hang on.
He moved to...
So I'm worse than Hasbro right now.
His dream house in Oregon. Was there 2 months?
No, can everyone hear it though?
The forest fires completely destroyed his home and his collection. Terrible. But you know what? you, all of you, lots of you, gathered around him and started donating figures, and he's rebuilding his collection.
Okay, so everyone can hear him. That's absolutely fine. It's just when I fixed it, I was like, huh? What?
You know, we've lost friends of the community. We've lost Steve Lim. He leaves behind a wife and little Ty, 7-year-old son. Great shame, lost his battle. Again, Brett Ferencz,
okay.
you know, AKA
Can't hear him.
You know, taken from us too soon. And it's terrible. It's deeply sad. But
right,
so I do have some heart and some hope that the families of those two and all the others, as they work through their grief, see the community rally around and come around and give them a big hug and raise money for GoFundMes and just show that they were loved and show how important they are to them, and this community is solid on the whole. And you know,
okay, the audio's good, thank God.
I promise not to get emotional.
Thank God.
It's okay, you don't need to get me tissues. But
I keep hitting my fucking
I myself, and I know the people in Pulse behind these people here that you can't see, and my colleagues at Hasbro, you know, we're all fans as well. We're collectors. We just get paid to be here, you know, but we're the same, and we are incredibly honored to be part of the community, your community, our community. And I'm actually going to say family. We're honored to be part of the family. And you know, you're going to see a lot of stuff over the next couple of days, and it's going to be about product. Yeah, but I know that deep down, the thing that drives us, our
I just
passion,
realised what
our
this
pastime,
reminds me of.
That is
Do you
important
remember
to us
those
in our lives,
QVC adverts where he's going to bring out a diamond necklace
worth a
and
lot
be like,
more than just plastic.
here you go.
Right? Wow, Mark, that went deep. Mark, my producer, he's going. He's crying. Look at him, so emotional.
Like, do you want to buy this?
It's deep.
Do you want to buy this necklace?
Anyway, let's bring it back.
$34.99.
So what do fans do the night before a con or a fair? We catch up, we hang out, we have a few drinks, have some laughs. So what we've got tonight for you is some really cool stuff. We've got some product updates, some sneak peeks, some behind-the-scenes content. We've got a Q&A going on. So if you should be seeing now, there's a Q&A chat, I assume down there or over there. I'm not sure, I can't see it. But put your questions in there. We have a team here that will do their very best to answer them or put them into the brand teams that will be joining us over the next hour or so. And remember that a lot of this content will not be part of tomorrow's main event, the FanFest event. Tomorrow is about, you know, product reveals and pre-orders and big Hollywood guests. Tonight, it's just me, you, and a few friends. But I say cheers to that. Cheers. Great way to keep me lubricated. Oh, that's nice. I love my drink. I love my red drink. Actually, red's my favorite color. Funnily enough, Red Power Ranger. That's my favorite Power Ranger. You see what that is? In the business, that's called a professional segue. I've simply and smoothly taken the color of my drink to a personal preference and moved it into a new brand, which we're going to talk about now in the next segment. So we're going to kick things off with a really fun early look at episode 8 of our new Power Rangers TV show, Dino Fury. And I'm just going to grab my Stevie special guide here and read you the synopsis because I don't want to get it wrong because there's a lot of words in here and a lot of names. All right, best presenter voice. A familiar face arrives on Earth and Zato, Red Ranger, dismisses his quest as a mere distraction. But after he saves the Rangers from a powerful Sporix beast, as you do, Zato realizes an important lesson. So all that's left to say is go, go, power, video.
Okay. Let's see it. There we go.
Mick is back. And I thought my hair was sticky uppy. Goodness me. Goodness me. Mark, next time we do this, can you get me a hairstylist? Because I want my hair like Mick, all right? Don't let it happen.
Yeah, okay, mate. Right, yeah, next time.
So, Power Rangers. I love Power Rangers. I'll tell you what I love about it. I think I love the practicality and the physical sets and the costumes and the crazy characters and effects. The whole shebang. It really keeps its essence of that '93 Mighty Morphin when that was released. And again, you know, in this virtual world, I think we need a lot more physicality, a lot more practicality. And you know, in fandom, I'm seeing it every day,
Okay,
and
so
if not even more so. You know, we're seeing cosplay. I love looking at cosplay, customization.
Okay,
I
yeah,
tell
this
you
is
what,
something that is
some of you are
interesting.
doing crazy customs.
Really tried to
in the
get
last
PR
year,
UK in this,
you know, I'm
but
seeing
apparently
people
no one
grabbing
got to get
figures,
back to
chucking
them.
it in the boiling water, popping off the limbs, doing a bit of sculpey, putting them back together, hand painting, some brilliant execution against some brilliant
I hope that they
ideas.
do this. I hope
Seeing,
they
so
do
I'm
this
seeing
properly.
customs, I'm seeing dioramas and sets, and of course I'm seeing toy photography. And those of you who know me know that I'm
love it if I'm
a
going
great
on there.
sponsor of toy photography. I think it's amazing. And over the past 8 years, I would
Literally
say,
Hasbro sent me
since I've been
something,
doing
I
a
will
lot of
literally
collecting
take
stuff, I've seen it
photography
evolve
everywhere.
from a hobby
Might actually take some of my figures
into
out there,
an
actually.
art form, which it absolutely is. And I'm most happy about seeing that third part of evolution getting into a profession, rightly so. So those of you who are
amazing
turning
toy
that art form into a
photographers. I
profession,
really would
keep
love them
going,
to showcase some really
congratulations.
good artists.
So we have a treat for you on that
you showed
note.
some good
Another
toy
segue, see what I do there? Haley from our G.I. Joe team is chatting with Corey, who is Hasbro's own professional, we pay him, toy
Really?
photographer
Too much.
and
We don't
diorama
pay him, guys.
designer.
We
So
don't pay him.
it ain't so much yo Joe, it's yo Haley.
Oh, so much cringe.
Thanks, Steve. Welcome, Hasbro Pulse Premium members.
Can you
We have an
imagine his name
exciting
wasn't
behind-the-scenes
Steve? It
segment
was
for
like,
G.I. Joe.
"Thanks, Derek."
I'm here with one of our senior photographers, Corey.
Isn't he the-
We are going to
the
dive
painter
deep
guy?
into everything that goes into our fantastic diorama photos and photo shoots.
Really?
Very cool.
The
Thanks, Haley.
fantastic
And a
diorama.
big hello to our Hasbro Pulse Premium members. I'm super excited today to share some details and insights into some of our past G.I. Joe
It is that
dioramas.
guy who does the painting.
You have been photographing G.I. Joe for many years now. How has the process of the G.I. Joe diorama photo shoots evolved?
Lies, no pay. Exactly.
That's true.
I reckon
I'm actually
that's
coming up on 14 years with Hasbro, and it's been an amazing journey and an awesome ride with G.I. Joe in
We
particular.
paid.
There's really two things that stand out for me that I feel have evolved. You know, we're delving more into the stories of G.I. Joe more than ever
Wait,
before.
hang on.
In the studio,
Like,
before
that's
we
a
even
really
really talk
nice
about
shot.
building a
Don't get me wrong,
diorama,
that's
we
really
sit down with
kinda
the brand
cool.
team and the designers, and we talk about the story and the characters. It's these conversations that inform and inspire and ultimately steer the direction of the dio. And from a physical standpoint, over the years, our Hasbro model shop figure sculpts and the engineering has evolved so much. Between things like the richly detailed body armor, these photorealistic facial expressions, and highly articulated joints, we're really able to achieve super realistic posing and be able to light the expression on a figure and really carve out those details so the figure just pops off the screen.
Can you share with us how you got started in diorama photography?
Well,
Extreme,
like most
I don't know
fans,
when
it
they're
really
gonna
started
come
in my
back
backyard.
for Power Rangers.
And we had a
When
nice
they're gonna
woodsy
do Power
backyard,
Rangers.
and I'd spend hours there
Like, I
building and
really don't know.
creating. I'd play with my figures and vehicles and
I would
create
just
the
keep it
story
mute, like
and
the-
set up
the
the
tab
scene.
muted
And
or mute
like a
in
lot
the
of kids,
background.
I'd get down on the ground, so my POV was toy level,
So you can
and
actually
I'd
come
act it
back
out.
and check.
It was my dad who
Could-
actually
could be
inspired
completely
my
over.
photography passion when he bought me my first camera. It was a Sears 110 pocket camera with a frame advance on the bottom and a disposable flash cube socket on the top. I remember shooting a roll of film of my toys, all posed out in a scene I'd created with sticks and rocks and leaves, and then being totally bummed out when I got these completely blurry pictures back. But it was a lesson, because that's when I learned that fixed focus cameras tend to have a minimum focusing of several feet and not several inches.
That's a great story, Corey. Thank you for sharing. Our fans go crazy for how awesome our diorama photos are and even recreate some of the scenes at home. Do you ever go on social media and look at some of the scenes that our fans have built?
I hope he does.
Oh, sure. Our fans are actually my biggest source of inspiration. I'm always in awe of the creativity and the passion that goes into these works of
really,
art.
like,
I've seen some
don't
amazing
wanna diss
results
him a
using
lot,
techniques that really border
But
on
when he
genius.
just said that, it's like, yeah.
And as a
my biggest
lifelong learner,
inspirations,
I've
we
adopted
copy
some
them.
of these techniques and added them to my own toolbox. You know, when a
Like,
group of
that's
people are
really
passionate
cool.
about something, it's
Like, give me-
it's
don't get
simply
me
a
wrong, I
joy just
really
to
like
share
that.
your
I think
work
it's really
and
cool.
inspire others. That's why I love seeing what our fans create and being inspired by our fans. I really think it's a two-way street.
It 100% is. And so where do you find your creative inspiration to build some of these diorama sets?
Well, like I said, our fans provide a lot of inspiration, but one of the great things about working at Hasbro is the encouragement
Look,
that
I
we
paid
get to
£20
explore
for the
ideas,
entire year.
make mistakes, try a lot of
Like,
stuff,
this
and
is
see
cool
what
sort of
works.
stuff. Like,
Once you get in the mindset of working small scale, you start seeing the world a little differently. That
Like, I
box
kinda
of
think
baking
that
soda in
on
the
the
cabinet
back of
becomes
boxes
a
and
realistic
stuff, if
blanket
you're
of
gonna-
snow at
why don't you
1/12
have this
scale.
sort of photography
The plumbing
rather than,
supplies
like, a
at Home
3D model?
Depot
Like,
become
this
these
is really
giant
goddamn
industrial
cool.
warehouse piping, and even chunks of tar from a road construction site can become these awesome floating chunks of magma in a volcanic lava flow. You start seeing
get
how
to the
things
Marvel
can be
Legends in a
used and
bit, I think.
interpreted at a smaller scale. And so
Like,
I get a lot of
I
inspiration
want
from
it-
just the everyday
I
objects
wanna see
around me.
all of them. on this one.
That's amazing. I'm going to start looking at everything in my pantry a little differently now. Can you walk us through the process of creating a diorama set? How long does it take? How do you start the day? When do you test out any special effects?
Well, every diorama is different. Sometimes they can take as little as a day to as long as a week and a half. And I'm kind of old school when it comes to dioramas, so I like practical set building as much as possible, meaning everything in the shot is real and not stripped in later on the computer. I'm not saying there isn't a fair amount of post-production after the shoot, but the main special effects, we try to do that all in camera. And we try to keep and reuse as much of our set materials as possible so that we're not creating from scratch all the time. It's also how we keep on schedule, and as the turnaround times, as you know, are always tight. But things like fog, rain spray, even the backgrounds are real elements in the frame. So I typically start a dio from the background. I'll hang a large printout of whatever background we've decided on and figure out the horizon line, and then I'll bring in several tables because I've learned you can never have enough space or enough tables for these dioramas. And then I add the base that I'm going to build on. Typically something made with like a painted high density foam so that I can stick things into it like tree branches.
If I can do anything
from there, I set my camera on the tripod, establish a first look. Now, the great thing about shooting action figures is they tend not to move around as much as people, so I'm able to build these intricate sets with lots of fun details without worrying too much about how a figure is going to fit into the frame because I build through the lens, meaning I'm only concerned with how the dio looks when viewing through the camera. So most of my dios actually look like a hurricane ripped through the set when viewed from anywhere except the viewfinder. But when you look through the lens and all the elements line up, it's like magic. And after a pose has been established, that's when final lighting is keyed in, and then only in the last few seconds are practical effects like fog, rain, or even fire are brought in.
That's amazing. And now thinking about what we are revealing tomorrow at Hasbro Pulse Fan Fest, our fans will be seeing our Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins product for the first time, along with our new diorama imagery. Are there any sneak peeks that you can share with our Hasbro Pulse premium members here?
Well, all I can say is a lot of paint stir sticks, and popsicle sticks, and bamboo placemats were put to good use in this particular production.
Okay.
That's great. And I think we can cue the video that we have.
There we go. Oh, okay. That's really, really nice. I've got to admit, that's really cool. Oh, now he's put music in, is it? Is it their own music? Just gonna mute it for a sec. Copyright and all that.
That was awesome. Thank you for putting that video together. I was part of that photo shoot, and this video captures the insanely cool set that we had, and that we were able to bring the product to life. And I can't wait for the fans to see it tomorrow.
Well,
thanks, Haley, for inviting me. I'm really excited to show everyone the great diorama photography tomorrow at Hasbro Pulse Fan Fest. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks to our Hasbro Pulse premium members, and back to you, Steve.
Right, it's just up.
Thanks, Haley. Thanks, Corey. Good stuff. Great to hear. Okay. Corey, I've been calling it dioramas for all my life. I learned a new word, dios. Sounds way cooler. That's excellent. Can't wait to see what you guys have got in store for us tomorrow. G.I. Joe, actually, I worked with Lenny Panzica, big Lenny, on the Classified series when it first got kicked off. I think I worked on the first wave. So that was great. And while I was there, I had a little insight into the new Snake Eyes movie that's coming out shortly.
Bring this to everyone.
I won't tell you anything about it because I want to keep my job. But all I'll say is there will be ninjas, all right? Guaranteed. Okay. I've been around the block quite a lot, you can tell. I've been around the block. I've been at Hasbro over 20 years.
Okay.
I've been collecting for over 30 years, and I've been playing for over 40 years. I'm nearly 50 years.
Well done.
Years. I know, don't look it.
Happy
That's
birthday.
very kind, thank you. And now we're going to move on to a brand that I've loved for pretty much every single of my years on this earth. And
Is it Transformers?
Can you feel the Force?
Oh, Star Wars.
I can. And you know what? I think I always will. But if you're like me and I'm like you, we have hundreds of Star Wars figures in our collection, whether it be Kenneth Heritage line, whether it be TVC, Black Series. I'm seeing lots of love for the 95 Power of the Force, super muscular Luke recently,
Okay, I'm watching.
which I think is really cool.
On the
But there's
website.
always sometimes that figure that you can't quite get, you can't quite find, or you're coming too late and it's too far back many years ago.
We'll probably
you
get
just
them in a
can't
bit,
get it.
Noah.
Or the worst of all worse, you can get it, but you got to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars to scalpers. Mark, don't let any scalpers in today, okay? Boo, scalpers.
All right. I can. All right, I'll make sure
So
I will.
that is
make sure they stay
the
out.
troubled life of the collector, right? But good for us, luckily for us, Emily from the Star Wars team is here to possibly help us a little bit with that. Emily, what you got for us?
Hello, Premium Pulse members.
fair,
All
that's
right,
actually
what
quite
I've got
cool, all the
today
figures
is
on the
some
background.
exciting Star Wars news that we wanted to share exclusively first with our loyal fans. So, as some of you might recall, we've done Black Series fan votes in the past. And that's been really great, but we didn't want our vintage collection fans to miss out on it. So, for the first time in recent memory, we're doing a fan vote for our beloved vintage fans. Now, we wanted to give you all a sneak peek today, but we'll be announcing the official vote from the vault on tomorrow's Hasbro Pulse Fan Fest
But
live stream.
everyone can see it now.
So, guys, we've got 5 exciting figures to vote from, and let's take a look.
Oh, cool.
So it's Ahsoka Tano, the apprentice to Anakin Skywalker. And next up, we have the Old Republic MMORPG's Republic Trooper.
That's really cool.
Such a cool detailed one.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks for sharing that one.
And next up, from the popular Rogue One film, we've got the Imperial Assault Tank Driver. Following that, from Star Wars Legends, we've got Starkiller.
Oh, cool. He was always a cool one.
And finally, from Return of the Jedi, we've got Weequay. So guys, we're so excited to see one of these return to the line. Definitely stay tuned for the official announcement tomorrow with more details. And don't forget to vote for your favorite.
Mark.
Yeah. What is it?
Starkiller,
Okay.
fan favourite.
Bloody
Yeah,
yours.
always a good bet.
Yeah. Okay.
But-
and
That Old Republic Trooper,
all right, cool. You
yellow,
gonna get
orange,
it?
and black, all that gear, super cool too. But then he's reacting, brilliant.
Yeah, I am.
But how can you pass up that VC 102
true.
Ahsoka Tano
Can't-
card back?
gonna have to
Especially
get
with
it.
the price it's commanding at the moment.
I'm gonna have to get
What
it.
do you do? What do you do? Well,
Buy it from Hasbro Pulse?
I don't have to do anything. It doesn't matter what I want. You must choose. Choose wisely.
Okay, fine.
It's a different movie.
Hasbro
It's a completely
Pulse. I'll
different
just
movie.
take it from your office.
Anyway, good stuff. Great. Have fun with that. How you
Love
doing?
it.
You okay? Need to grab another drink? I
Oh,
do.
Okay, thanks.
Give me 2 seconds.
Segway.
Right, next up, I have the privilege of we're going to spend some time with a group of guys that I have the privilege, I'll get back to that word eventually, of being with every single day. And those of you who know Dwight
No, I don't.
know that that's quite an undertaking. So, Ryan, Dan, I am so grateful that you're having to deal with the most sarcastic, curmudgeon-y, gloriously funny, and most beautiful bloke in the whole wide world.
thank
The
you.
one, the only Dwight Stall.
Okay.
Together, they are the Marvel Legends team.
Oh, here we go,
And we have
Marvel
them for a big
Legends.
chunk of time right now, and they're going to talk about something. They're going to tell a little bit of a tool story, probably, I would say about that tool. Yeah, right. Hey, chaps, how you doing? Dwight, you behaving yourself?
Switch over to
Always.
pre-recorded footage.
Sure.
Absolutely always. Come on, man. You know me better than that.
That's why I'm asking.
How's it going, Steve?
Good.
You sweating yet?
I am sweating a lot, but luckily I'm keeping hydrated, so it's all good.
Yeah, everybody needs to give a clap to Mr. Steve. He is not only the best at social media out of all 4 of us, but he always energizes our team. So shout out to Steve. You're the man, Steve.
Thank you very
No,
much. I'm glad to be top of the 4 of us.
Okay.
I even brought my retro figures for you, Steve. I have them here because I know you love them the most.
Go Chads. Go Chads.
Chads for days.
Absolutely.
I'm going to call you Mr. Steve from now on. You know that, right?
Mr. Stevie. You have to call me Mr. Stevie. All right.
Mr. Stevie.
I
Cool.
expect it. All right. So what goodies have you got for us today, guys, rather than ribbing me?
We got a packed agenda for you today. Dwight has in addition to an Infinity Gauntlet there. Dwight, what's that over your shoulders? First off, I think people are going to be wondering.
I had to break out my luxurious curtains one more time. Since you guys love to comment on them so much in the first year of these Fan First Fridays. So I had to go out in the basement and find these glorious things and bring them back out just for you guys. One last time. I was going to go toga, but I didn't have the wherewithal to figure that out.
How's that, fans? Back by popular demand. Dwight's curtains. It's gonna be
toga. Never go full toga.
No one wants to see that. No one at all.
It's going to be tough to top that, but we're off to an amazing start. So thanks, Steve. If we're good, just to jump in right now to our Marvel portion. We got a lot of great stuff. I got a feeling that tonight's going to be a good night.
Okay.
We're bringing the boom, boom, pow. So let's just get it started. You know what I'm talking about. All right. So a few quick.
I do like that kind of
things to kick off. We are really happy for you guys to join us. Thank you for all the Pulse Premium members out there. We are going to be doing a special giveaway today. So. And you'll see more of this item later tonight, but the HasLab Sentinel, the crowning achievement of the Marvel Legends team at Hasbro. We're so eager for that to ship later this year. We, as a token of our appreciation for you premium members, we're going to be giving away a Sentinel. So how's this going to work? All right. So from now until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the dot, you have your chance to enter. This is open to U.S. and UK premium members. You do need to be a premium member, and we will have the ability to check this. But what you're going to do is you're going to put a hashtag #SendMeASentinel into the chat. And then the great Pulse team working behind the scenes is going to export everyone who #SendMeASentinel in the Pulse live stream chat, and then we're going to announce a winner. We have a special guest later this evening, and he's going to help us announce a winner. So one lucky premium member is going to get their very own Sentinel later this year when it comes out. So that's point number one. Point number two is something that we've also been working on. We're going to call it the Marvel Legends From the Vault photo contest. And so what this is we want to see all of the great collections from Marvel Legends fans out there. You're going to go on Facebook or Instagram, take a picture of your setup. Only? You know, you see my setup behind me. Dan's setup is temporary, but it still looks amazing on point. Dwight's as well. For those of you who remember what our offices looked like, Dwight's office with every single Legends figure ever made, that's probably the greatest. But we love everyone's, ability to display the figures that they love. So you're going to take a picture, you're going to share it out with some hashtags. And then what's really cool about this is the winner, what we're going to do, because guys, I'm such a hoarder at the office. These other guys will tell you. But I have basically every Legends item since I started working on the business in full. So that means from 2016 through today, every Legends figure Hasbro has ever made, a few small exceptions, things that weren't actually sold right in stores or whatnot, but that includes Comic-Con exclusives, that includes everything we've done. So the winner is going to have their pick of any item that we've made since 2016. You make the call. So whatever's missing from your collection, that holy grail item that you haven't been able to track down, that one missing piece, that's yours. And then we're going to keep this contest running, hopefully, so that once an item is chosen, it's kind of off the board, and then the next winner gets their pick. But we have so many items. I think I want to say like close to 500 items. I had to go through them all for the terms and conditions, so check those out. But that's going to be a great contest. So more details to come. We'll have some social posts explaining that. This contest is going to kick off starting tomorrow after the Fan Fest festivities. And then we'll run for a little bit, and then we'll get to our winner. So more details on that, but a really exciting chance for you guys to show us your awesome Marvel collections and win a prize of your choosing, I should add. All right, so let's just jump right in, guys. Do you think we should maybe start with the reveal? Dwight, Dan, how do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah, man. They want us to shut up and just show products. So let's do it, man.
I could keep monologuing. No, that's all good. All right, so we had one planned reveal for you guys. So this is a, we get a lot of requests from the fans for more X-Men, a very particular kind of X-Men. And one of the teams we know, we've been getting closer to checking them off, but haven't completed them quite yet, is X-Force. We'll just throw that out there, right? So this first figure we are going to reveal will be coming out on the Hasbro Pulse sometime later this year. But if we have the picture of that, we can show off this gorgeous render done there. Dwight, take him through this character. Really, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, we got Domino here in one of her looks from the 90s X-Force books. She's got these really big, beautiful, scalloped, light purple metallic shoulder pads. A really great classic head sculpt with the short hair and that helmet piece that she wore just in the front of her face. A couple of blasters, of course, because it is Domino. And the classic kind
David,
of a grayish blue
it's on their chat.
Base color with the offset white is pretty cool. And she got these cool. You can't see them too great in this image, but she has sculpted armor on her double female comic elbows. I don't know if this is the first double female comic normal scaled female, but it's something you're going to be seeing a lot more of coming forward. So.
Wait, Dwight, did you say double elbow? Is that what you said?
Yeah, they can all the fans can finally come up with something else to razz me about when we get back out on the convention tour, because that's been their go-to staple for the last I don't know 10 to 15 years. So bad news for all of you fanboys out there. You're gonna have to come up with more things to yell at me and insult me about, which I'm sure won't take you long to figure out. Plenty of things to hit me with, but double elbows are off the table, boys and girls. They're coming.
Okay, good.
On to the next common request. So that Domino figure is awesome. Dan, do you think we should sell it? Oh, there's the image. Dan, what are we looking at, Dan?
Well, so Brian, Dwight, you guys know I like to keep my promises. And last year I made a promise that in 2021, somebody's legs were going to come out. So you know what it is. Cannonball's legs. So here they are. I told you, I didn't really tell you exactly how they're going to come out, but here's his legs. We decided, the legs was the only thing, right, guys?
We should pack.
A one and a half pack.
Yeah, 1.5 pack. That's what we should do. Yeah, definitely. But Ryan, what do you think we should be nice? What do you think?
Let's show him something else.
It is in the spirit of fan fests, and where the fans come first, those who weren't happy with that amazing revolutionary blast effect that had never before been done in action figure form. No, we are going to give you the full Cannonball. So let's go show that off.
Here's the legs, and that's it.
Next
it was like
image.
A soft fade. It was like a soft fade.
I saw the fade.
Just for a split second.
But we got it live.
Oh, and then we took it away.
Bring them back. Dwight, what's different about this Cannonball this time around? Aside from the legs.
I'm guessing everyone here is just like,
he's got femurs,
Cannonball.
which is, a huge plus this time around. But along with his femurs, he has a new deco pattern, once again, to partner up with Domino. So he's got a lot of light purples all over him, the split leg costume design. The jacket has been recolored, shirt. And I don't know if we have a picture of it or if it's going to be something that we show later, because I'm not very good at doing my homework and I don't actually study the stuff you guys send me as best as I probably should. But there is going to be an alternate head for Cannonball as well. So I think this is the new one. I think.
Yeah, this is the new head. So he was screaming when he was on the blast effect. Now he's calmed down a little bit and gets to hang out with Domino here.
When he was nigh invulnerable, right?
Nigh invulnerable while he's blasting. So how are these figures coming out later this year? Well, we said they're going to be on the Pulse. We don't know, but those two characters in those types of costumes might remind some of you longtime Legends fans, long before Dan or I were here. Dwight was actually working on it back then, but it reminds us of a previous item, which I pulled a reference image of if we want to just show that. So We're not saying that we're going to actually do the exact same thing
But we're
as
gonna do the
Dwight and
exact same
folks
thing.
did in 2007, but maybe we were inspired by this.
Oh, God,
Who's to say?
you should not be inspired by that. That was okay. You know what?
I think we're gonna get
why
near
do
the
you have
end
to show
now.
that, man? It's like that's rude, dude. I had some
That's
I had some growing pains back when I was beardless. All
They
right,
showed the
come on.
exclusive
How far
clip
we've come. I think though some of those
for
figures actually
Dino
had
Fury,
finger
but I think give
articulation,
it
so that was
near the
pretty.
end, we'll
That was
find
pretty
out.
good.
They did. They could do this,
Yeah.
or they could do this. Hello, goodbye, hello. It was a very odd wave.
So there you have it, your exclusive first reveal, unleakable reveals, by the way.
Unleaked.
Yeah, so Cannonball and Domino later this year. How will they be coming out? Who knows?
This is the best kind of reveals.
I just gave myself a really nice segue. Speaking of finger articulation, it just appeared to me. So speaking of that, let's get to the main event. The first main event. We have several today. Dwight, I believe you were nice enough to get some Sentinel models for us to walk through, and that's something we're gonna go through now if you want to. And I'll just kick it off by something that I was most excited for this Sentinel is that each hand has so many points of articulation from the fingers. I have some one Sentinel posed out behind me, and it's been really fun playing with them. So let's take the fans through the Sentinel and just kind of from the top. Like, what do you want to just show them first?
Well, I'll just bring the big boy up here. He's been hanging out with me in my basement. Slide this guy over a little bit.
Fuck, that's amazing.
And he's been battling cable for the last hour or so, which is kind of impressive because it just shows how high quality the tentacle is on this guy's arm. So he can keep his arm out stretched.
Even
he can
the
keep
weight
cable,
of the arm.
a character of that size, suspended for. He's been sitting next to me for at least a half hour.
Maybe not what I thought.
I'll take his cable out of there, unwrap him in this amazing wire bendy, which I think is what we say, 18 inches, something like that. It's pretty impressive. That's just really by itself in comparison.
That is something
let's do some comparisons, some comparative shopping. The tentacle itself is taller than our Marvel Universe Sentinel that we did back in I don't know how many. And if you put the Sentinel next to the Sentinel, let's give you guys a side by side of product to product. That's it. You can't even see him. That is how big difference we get for Sentinel to Sentinel, which is pretty impressive. His head is so high it goes off frame, so that's all we need for the little guy, little baby Sentinel. That's the cool thing about Sentinels, though, right? They're all different sizes. They have the little ones, the itty bitty ones. They have the Bastion ones, and they have this guy, and then there's also even the skyscraper ones. So that's one of the coolest things about this character is all Sentinels are in play still for your collection. And I think we said a while ago, this was like the year of the Sentinel. We've got multiples coming. You got Nimrod. You got, I can't think of his name. I always get it wrong. Dan, somebody help me out. What's the three-headed one that we just did?
The Theta Sentinel?
There you go. Thank you, Theta Sentinel. So Theta Sentinel just came out. We got this Sentinel. We got a lot of robots this year. And there's even more robots coming. There's a lot of big, awesome robots coming that you guys don't even know about yet. So sorry, you guys got to wait a little bit longer because I don't think we're talking about them. We're talking about this guy. I
generally thought he was going to try and make a joke.
As you can see, he is gorgeous. He is virtually fully painted. There's a little bit of molded plastic on this guy, but he has a gorgeous metallic sheen across his deep blue purples to his brighter, more magenta purples. Fully articulated, arms go out, double elbows. They go about 90 degrees just because he's so thick and massive, which something that you guys are accustomed to for the big guys. With his arm, his hands can palm up, and it can kind of give you a nice kind of repulsor blast. If you pull them forward on the post a little bit, which kind of gets the hands towards popping off, you can get his hand fully back for a nice tentacle blast. Or as you can see, we put a little bit of red deco on his palm to give him some kind of blast effect. And
can you show them how that wrist has the little flap there that can actually pop out if you need to?
Yeah, this flap goes up and down a little bit just to kind of complete the armor, but it just pops right off. So it's just got the male-female ports, and it plugs right in there.
Oh, well, that would be
snaps back in.
It would be.
And
oh God, no!
You're good to go. So, like Ryan said, this guy's hand is fully articulated. It could be like the Count from Sesame Street, and 1, 2, 3, all the different articulation points. But you can get this guy gripping, holding. All I have is a bastion here in front of me and the big cable, but he can hold up any figure you want him to, grip him, grab him, do whatever you want.
Not doing a really good job there, are you?
Grip.
And we know that our fans, like with the Infinity Gauntlet, they will be responsible and appropriate with, you know, how they choose to position all of that articulation. Totally.
Oh, totally. Yeah, totally appropriate
up,
sign language only, right?
Fingers up.
I know. Our sign language and Mr. Stevie's sign language is a little bit different from our side of the pond to his, but you know, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I just want
to show off the lasers, man.
The lasers?
I feel like they're
all right.
In the
so big guy here, he's got his reactor in his chest, right? A simple tap activates him.
Oh wow!
And he powers up, and it kind of changes from one color to another. And the first color you see is kind of a yellowy. There's a little bit of a red paint on his chest, which gives it a little bit of a creepy glow. But if yellow's not your thing, that's cool. We thought about that. So tap it again, and he will change to green. And if you don't like green, tap it a third time. And it goes to a very classic evil red.
Yeah. Like
so along with those three clips, and they'll stay on just for, I don't know, 10 to 20 seconds. I don't remember exactly how long before it fades off. It's got a couple little Easter eggs tricked out in it as well. So if you tap and hold this for 2 seconds, it gets all sparky, battle damagey before its head fries out, and it goes into a white heart pulse till that eventually will flicker and die as well. And if you want something for display purposes and you are taking some photography and you don't have the patience of running back and forth to tap his chest, if you tap and hold his chest for about 3 seconds after the glitching's over, he powers up and he will cycle through a very long sequence of light. I think this is about a 9 to 10 minute clip that the lights stay on. They start in his prime red, is kind of the hero evil look for Sentinels, and then it'll cycle to purple, and then I believe it ends on blue before ultimately powering down. So there's a lot of different like color variations in his chest and eyes, which is really cool. And it's nice to have the variety, because if you were one of those amazing, awesome guys who bought more than one of these things and you want to do more with them than just have Mr. Sentinel here, as you know, you guys activated all the stretch goals because you're absolutely awesome. And you have the battle damaged head, which has only one functioning eye. The other eye is permanently blacked out. So when it goes onto this body, you'll never get that eye to light. You have the Master Mold, and I'll pop these on in a second. You've got the Tri-Sentinel, gold. There it is, gold. Kind of a bronzier gold. Silver. So 3 different faces, 3 different mouth ports for whatever he's doing. You got the crowd control head with the speaker. You got the wires for just, wires. And then you got like a triple blast effect. So, you can mow down your mutants in all sorts of horrible ways. Along with that, talk about mowing things down. You got a battle damaged hand, which just pops right off of his wrist. As you can see, it's a really meaty port, which is really cool. And this hand has a full articulation on that as well.
If you just want to have a bad guy in his hand, you can do.
The battle damage hand does not have any articulation. It's more just kind of a showpiece, but the wrist does still move, so you can still have it posed out. And characters like Wolverine, which actually would be perfect for this hand, for slicing and dicing, it just snaps right on there, and you get that cool extra hand as well. Articulation, he has a upper rocker, so it allows you to kind of get him moving around back and forth. He has an inverted ab crunch for bending forward, bending up, so you can get this guy kind of looking wherever you need him to. And he's got a quite impressive amount of leg movement. I apologize for grabbing you by the crotch. Some things just are, inappropriate awesome, but you got the full-on Jean-Claude chair splits for the Sentinel. He has double articulated knees.
The
his
best
thighs
Sentinel I've seen,
as you'd expect. His knees go back, so you get the bottom one to move. So about there. The ankles have a bit of a rocker to them, so they can pivot front or in and out. And we painted the boot repulsors on his feet, so in case you have this guy stomping down on him, you have like a cool effects fully painted and thought of.
The semi sentinel is not going to work in here.
Or there was something else I was going to say, and it just escaped me because it's late in the day and I'm not that smart.
You're going to have to go to the
there you go.
Like the
and then the foot does pivot back and front slightly, and it has a little bit of a rocker to it. So I can get this to show you guys. He's not the easiest thing to manipulate. I apologize. He's about, he's over 8 pounds somewhere. But I don't know why I looked at him like he's going to tell me. Like I said, it's live. It's live TV, everybody. But he does have a bit of a ankle pivot rocker as well. So.
Oh, it's a hashtag.
That's right. I weighed him earlier, and he is 137 ounces to be specific. So that is about over 8.5 pounds of just pure mutant hunting menace there.
Yeah, and and as you guys know, there's more mutant hunting that goes along with him. You have Bastion, you have female Prime, you have an alternate male Prime head. So you can, and these, I know it's my camera, they probably don't look that great anyways, but these are still a little bit early. We're working to tweak these to get these even more impressive to match what you guys saw in the crowdfund. Like Bastion's face is still missing some of the deco washes, wipes, his chest reactor is not popping enough. So we're still trying to improve these and clean them up so there is high quality and perfect for all of you Marvel Legends freaks and geeks out there, because we know that everything, all the little bits and bobbles mean a lot to you. Oh, look at this. Next to him, we got a little buddy. Oh, look at that. Cute little buddy Sentinel. Baby Sentinel, big Sentinel, middle Sentinel. We got it all covered.
Can we get nerdy and just really quickly show them how the batteries work? How do we install it?
Sure. Can we show him the cool, awesome little freaky head too underneath there? Check this little bad guy out. He's got this cute little oh, what a happy little cute
reminds me of
robot head. He's adorable.
Lost in Space, the robot.
And he can get there we go. So now we got the master mold. So back of this Titan, it has a very seamless designed plate that you can just pop right off. And there's your battery hatch. So it's completely hidden and integrated into the design of this guy. So you don't see any of the battery hatch at all when it's assembled. And it just snaps, as you heard, snaps in there really nice and tight. It's pretty solid, locked in. He's got a little PVC diaper type piece so that it doesn't hinder his hip movement. And that is our wonderfully impressive My Little Buddy. Like, he can just sit here with me, which is kind of cool, hang out with you guys and all of his mutant hunting, badness. So that's our Sentinel. Cool. I hope you guys like it. It was an amazing project to work on for the whole team. Dan and Ryan, which you see all the time, our team members that always want to remain nameless because they hate me calling them out. And then, the creative services team with Ben and everybody over there.
I want to answer that.
Everybody. Now. I mean, this thing was a massive project through all departments, QA, finance, everything was thrown into this thing. And we are super pleased and proud of him. And I've enjoyed playing with this guy a lot, battling some X-Men, taking some pictures that I'll hopefully share with you guys soon. But I absolutely love this guy. I think he turned out really cool. There we go. Oh, he's so cool, friend.
Sentinel is not happy about
that's the big guy. What do you? I mean, I hope you guys are happy, and I hope that you guys supported it. And if you didn't support it,
they've got.
I'm sorry, because you're missing out on a really impressive centerpiece for your Marvel Legends collection. The biggest, most impressive thing we've done.
I'm just literally
today.
Someone else's. I can't be bothered.
So far, let's just leave it at that. Yeah. So we last week we went into the office and did an FVP review together, which we don't really do as much these days, given the remote working situation. But it was nice to be back in just for a little bit, and we were reviewing it. We were unboxing it. It was like it's like a team lift to open the box and slide them out there. Comes in this really protective, nice kind of styrofoam tray with all the different pieces positioned in there. So we think you guys are going to love it. Stay tuned tomorrow, where we might be going a little bit deeper on Ben's side and the creative services teams and really showcasing the packaging. So we wanted to focus today on the actual figure itself and the articulation and the details and some of those features, but really excited to share the packaging with you tomorrow. So now we thought we would answer some questions that were submitted in advance. I have 3 kind of marked here, and some additional live questions might pop on as we go. A reminder, you have 7 minutes to enter the Sentinel giveaway in the chat with a hashtag of hashtag send me a Sentinel. So a couple of minutes left to get in on that. But guys, let's go through some of these questions that we saw. So first up was John from Facebook. Asked, do you plan on making bigger Build-A-Figures using the 12-inch molds? So let me just, I think I know what he's asking. Dwight, feel free to jump in after this, but just kind of technically speaking, right, that 12-inch line of Legends we did from 2016 to 2018, which we all worked on too, those are awesome. I love that Wolverine figure, for instance. But just a quick note on that those were a whole nother scale, right? Those were not really meant to live within the 6-inch realm. So those figures aren't really designed to be broken down and reconstructed as Build-A-Figures need to be. So the short answer to that is no. But if the answer is, would we consider looking at larger Build-A-Figures? I think we've shown with Stiltman, who I have in over my left shoulder there, that we're looking at innovative ideas, right? We love seeing, we love getting tagged in these things on Twitter and Instagram, right, Dan, about people having their Stiltman who's like taller than their garage outside. So keep doing that, and we'll try to continue to be innovative when it comes to the much beloved Build-A-Figure. So any other thoughts about that, Dwight?
No, I think you covered a lot of it, almost all of it, Brian, and I appreciate that. The packaging that we have for Legends is pretty limiting, as you guys have seen. We've had some amazing figures like a Sugarman face that comes with a Jean Grey accessory. We had a Hulkbuster torso that came with a Black Widow accessory. We got Hulkbuster behind me. The Hulkbuster, the Sugarman, the Juggernaut are about the limits of what we can develop and fit into our current packaging structure. So that's about as big as we can fit in this current era of Legends. But like Ryan said, if it's something that you guys want or something that you guys would like to see made, there's no reason why we couldn't look to have deluxes or super deluxes. I mean, we have MODOK out there right now, which is an absolutely amazing figure, and I would have been incredibly challenging to try to fit into our package structure. So while the Build-A-Figures themselves are going to remain in that 9-inch, 8-inch scale, depending. And we just worked on we just reviewed one this week that's a little bit of a different format than what you guys are used to, and it's absolutely amazing. So there's some cool stuff still coming that's a little bit different than what you're used to, but don't be expecting those big 12-inch guys in a Build-A-Figure program anytime soon.
Great. So let's move on to another question. This one came to us from Instagram from Rainbow Brute. Did I say that correctly? Hopefully I did. So their question was Marvel fans are very vocal on social media.
No.
How does Hasbro take comments and feedback and incorporate it into toys? So I'll lead off with this, and then you guys jump in with your thoughts. So I'll just say that, like Uatu the Watcher, we always keep a close eye on the feedback from Legends fans, whether that's on social media, YouTube, what used to be like message boards and kind of fan forums. And what's awesome about Marvel is just the breadth of characters from both comic and now cinematic. So everyone has their favorite character. Everyone has a long list of characters who they'd love to see in the line. So we just try to make, you know, as many fans possible as we can. We get some variety in there. If your figure that you want to see made hasn't been made yet, don't give up hope. You never know what's possible in the future. We're doing more legends than ever these days. So just kind of, you know, hang in there, and hopefully we'll get to them in the future. Yeah, so Dan, go ahead, guys.
Let's say I do a lot of crying when I see what they write online, because, you know, it goes all over the place, you know, but you know, sometimes you just need a good cry, you know, and that's okay. So, you know,
me and Ryan usually try to like translate it in a very nicer way, so that, like, you know, in meetings we're just like, hey, Dwight, what about this?
Is that where all the ideas come from?
You are now detected a bit.
But to answer the question, I mean, I think our brand team, like Dwight, Ryan, everybody on our team, you know, I always joke that we always keep the ears to the streets, right? So we're always watching everything. We read what everybody says. We honestly like honest feedback. So we try to incorporate as much as possible if it makes business sense. And if what we announce tomorrow at FanFest is not your holy grail, don't worry, be patient. I'm sure one of us has already seen it out there, and we're trying to make a case to have a plan for it in the future.
Yeah, don't be shy, man. Reach out to us. Let us know what you guys are thinking about, you know, what's important to you, because we're only going to get better if we hear honest criticism, and, you know, and the occasional praise is always welcome as well. But, you know, let us know what you're thinking, because, you know, it just helps immensely. And hopefully this world of not being around anybody is coming to an end soon, and we will all be back together with lots of high fives and hugs. But, you know, until then, that's the best way to let us know what you guys like and don't like about the current line. So keep letting us know.
I wouldn't mind actually interviewing.
All right, so there was one more question I had here. This was also via the Instagram, and it was from Heroes United 22. Simple question, but I think one that's probably on the minds of a lot of fans is, when will we see the Disney Plus waves come out? So yeah, so what I can just say for that right now is stay tuned to the Marvel Mondays program. This is a program that Marvel.com is running, usually every Monday, because the latest Disney Plus episodes come out every Friday. So then on that following Monday, after a couple of days that people have, you know, had the time to watch the latest episode, they'll do some new product reveals, from, you know, T-shirts and you know, cups and stuff like that, to cool things like toys and collectibles. So, you know, we've already revealed a couple of legends that way.
The
fan response have been great for those. We have a couple of other tricks up our sleeve for that. So aren't going to reveal the Disney Plus Legends Wave quite yet, or any other items we have, but some have been out there. So go get them when they are available, and all will become clear very soon. It's been a great ride ever since WandaVision started. We have something to look forward to every Friday, and something to chat about right away. So that's been great. Stay tuned for more on Disney Plus. So with that, I think we are exactly at 6 o'clock. So thank you all for entering into the Sentinel giveaway. Our Pulse friends in the background are going to be tabulating that. And so let's just turn to our special guest. I'm going to give him hopefully a just intro.
For the UK.
So what's great about the Pulse, which you might have heard, is that the fans come first. And that means that we are fans from the creative side. Dwight's a fan, I'm a fan, Dan's a fan, all the team are fans. And we love the fans who buy all these legends and support us, and that's what we're all about. We want to showcase these guys. We ask for interviews with these folks. We see them at conventions, and so we're bringing in a very special fan in a second. I'm getting a note from production, special friend, to unmute your mic so you're ready to go. But I'm just gonna set you up a little bit more. So Here we go. So
Anthony from Winter Soldier.
This guest is a very special guy. He wears a lot of hats, you could say, and that's because he has a lot of hats. You can look this up. But no, he's a father, he's a husband, and what's most important for this community like us, he's a toy collector. He's a very passionate toy collector, a legitimate one, which you will see. He also happens to write for Marvel Comics, which is super amazing. Can't wait to learn more about that project. And then in his spare time, when he's not collecting toys, when he's not writing for Marvel Comics, he has a day job, which we were joking that is one of the founding members of one of the biggest musical acts of the past 20 plus years. That would be the Black Eyed Peas. If you don't know them, what's wrong with you? You're on the radio. But seriously, we are so honored and privileged to have him. He's a great guy, a great friend, and we're going to bring him on now. Here we have Taboo. Tab, we'll welcome you into the Pulse family. How's it going?
Thank you guys, man. What an amazing intro, Ryan. You killed it, brother. I love that. Yo, first of all, let me just say, Dwight Stahl, you're an iconic figure within your. You probably don't even know how iconic you are. My boy, Agent M, Ryan P, speaks highly of you.
Who is he?
So
I don't know who he is.
Like I told Ryan, he's an enigma. You're an enigma too for what you contribute to culture. And as a toy fan, as a collector, when I meet people like you, Dan, and Ryan, I'm just moved because you inspire me. You inspire me to write for Marvel. You inspire me to continue teaching my kids about toys, advocating for learning and educating the year that it was made, what company it was made by, because I love digging into crates. And what you guys do for us is you allow us to hold on to our childhood and our aspirations as, people that are creative. Without my childhood, I wouldn't be as creative as I am now. And I owe that all to my grandmother. She was the person that inspired me. She was the person that let me dream big, believe you can achieve. So I commend all three of you guys for holding on to that same appreciation.
That's the kindest I've heard anyone say about me ever. So thank you. I appreciate that. That's humbling to hear that from a hardcore fan such as yourself. Thank you very much.
Well, you got to understand that, man. Besides like you being an amazing, sarcastic, witty, great, personality, you also contribute a lot to what we love and we appreciate about the brand. What the way that you have attention to detail. You're like a kid yourself when you're describing each part of the action figure and the accessories. Like I could see your brain working. I could see how you're still holding on to your childhood, and it inspires me, man. I'm geeking out watching you with the Sentinel. I'm like, yo, this guy, he has exactly what the world needs. It's that fun, that excitement, and holding on to that childhood. And you have that. And I was very blessed to see Stan Lee in that zone as well. We actually got to do a couple panels and a couple of cons with Stan Lee, rest in peace. So, just know that you have impacted a lot of people. And my brother, Agent M, Ryan P, speaks very highly of you, brother. That's all.
Thank you. It's very, very kind of you.
Yeah.
So something that these fans might not know, really how big of a toy collector you are, Tab. I was talking when we to him that you were actually on an episode of the Toy Hunters TV show back in the day, which I remember watching just randomly. It was on some television channel that I didn't normally tune into. I was just flicking around on the remote there and saw action figures, so I got to stop. And then it's like, oh, here's this big rock star basically, right? And he's just as much of a toy geek about this stuff as I am. So that was awesome to see. Can you talk us through just how you got to this level and kind of what you grew up with and what you loved playing with?
Yeah, so my love for toy collecting started when I was a kid. Unfortunately I couldn't buy a lot of action figures, but I remember being that kid that was always asking for G.I. Joes and Transformers. Actually, my favorite Transformer is this one right here. It's 1985. Hasbro, you know what I mean? And when I got this as a kid, I know you got some heat, brother. I know you do. Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Exactly. We have to bring out the Jetfire. So as a kid, I had little moments of wanting to eventually get some cool toys, right? Like, for example, let's pull out this 1990 Snake Eyes. That is not the most typical and common Snake Eyes because he's not in the black uniform.
Oh, he's from Black Eyed Peas.
And he's not a black ninja. He's actually dressed like this. So I really enjoyed that as a kid. But, you know, as I started becoming professional, I started investing in my collection.
Just remember to like
rock
the video
and stock.
Because
I like to play with it too because I have kids. So I would go to different parts of the world, Brazil, Japan,
but I'm really glad I can actually bring
parts of different regions and get toys from different regions and bring them back home. And then my toy collecting, which Ryan calls hoarding, started to happen. And as you know, Ryan, sometimes it gets to a point where it's too much. I put it all in my studio, my music studio, and my wife's like, look, your toys are taking over our house. We barely have any place to move. We can't walk around. So right now, I have my stuff in storage, and I know that it's blasphemous for our toy collectors. It's blasphemy. I get that. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. But I promise you, I would be back on the table, back on the chopping block when it comes to my toy museum. That's what I call it. Because I got an opportunity to showcase my toys at the LA Comic-Con, which used to be called Stan Lee's Kamikaze Con. Oh, and that's where I made my toys. So my love and appreciation for toys started as a kid. I love G.I. Joes, Transformers, Ninja Turtles. I'm a big NBA fan, so I like, you know, NBA from the 90s. So I had to get a dope Michael Jordan with the sneakers. That Dan, the sneakers. You keeps them in the box. Pretty fresh. And then, of course, you guys know that I'm a breakdancer, a b-boy at heart. I can't do the moves that I used to do, so I had to get one as well.
Nice.
I love it.
So this is from the 80s, Breaking, the movie. Rest in peace to Boogaloo Shrimp. You know, he just passed away. So that was an iconic movie for me as a kid, as a dancer, as a hip hop kid. And, you know, now I'm really into this Marvel Legend world, thanks to my boy, Ryan, you know, and the fact that I get to write with Marvel, you know, and that all happened. It came about just the same way that I met you, Ryan. Just, you know, it was meant to be, destiny, because you're a toy collector, you're a key figure in pop culture, and I myself, like, I really want to make a stamp and be a representative for my indigenous communities and be a voice for indigenous communities when it comes to superheroes, toys, advocating for storytelling that is indigenous based, but is inclusive to everyone, so everyone feels empowered and motivated by the storytelling and the superheroes we create.
Oh, the other guy's gone.
Yeah, Dad, thank you so much, man. That was, like, honestly, just having you here, making you wait, made me nervous. I was like, yo, we can't make that wait, you know what I mean? Like that. And, yo, and if anybody hasn't heard no, but, yo, shout out to you and, you know, just your story, man. Like, I know one thing that Brian forgot to mention was that, you know,
like, what, he's just there
overcame so much
smiling like he has,
you know what I mean?
Like he doesn't know what to talk.
I would just, you know, I heard that story a couple years ago when you had to battle cancer, man. Yeah. Like, you are such an inspiration to us, and just to know that, you know, you're a toy collector yourself, that's just been amazing. You know what I mean?
But it kept me fighting on, Dan. You know, like, I battled this horrible disease in 2014. You know, wasn't sure how it was going to turn out because I was doing heavy chemotherapy for 12 weeks, 5 days a week. And unfortunately, when you're faced with mortality and you're faced with a horrible disease like cancer, you start making an amends with, you know, yourself. You start surrendering. And although I didn't surrender all the way, my fighter spirit kicked in and I actually beat cancer. Because, you know, those moments where I wanted to give up, the chemo was so strong that it affected me. And then, like, this superhuman strength that my grandmother gave me internally, not physically, internally, whether it was resilience, whether it was the will to never say die, the passion and the love I have for life, it kept me fighting. So I found, you know, I found healing with dancing, watching old dance videos, b-boy videos, breaking, watching old basketball, like slam dunk contests from the 90s, watching interviews with Joe Quesada and, you know, Stan Lee, and talking about Jack Kirby and Bob Lee with Iron Man, and all these amazing figures and heroes that are my heroes that maybe the world may not know because I'm in the music space. But these people really affected my life, man. They really shaped and molded my life, along with the Bruce Lees and the Black Jacks. The Billy Jacks and the heroes that were on television, like Spirit from G.I. Joe, and then you had, you know, Red Wolf from the Marvel Universe. So these heroes are a direct reflection of me appreciating our culture, my culture, and just wanting to use that blessing of all these inspirations and apply it to my writing. And it just helped me through my chemotherapy. It helped me take my mind off of the trauma that I was experiencing, because I was seeing all this inspiration and all the good stuff that I love, man. Toy collecting. I actually went to Comic-Con during my third round of chemo and was like so messed up, like from the chemo, that I didn't care. I just wanted to be immersed within the people, man. Immersed at the vendors, going to Mark Huckabone and Jordan Hambro, the toy hunter, and just, you know, getting a piece of that, like smelling the toys, looking at the toys, seeing the years it was made, seeing if it's graded and not graded, like all those things that keep my mind going. So, you know, I credit my childhood and my love for toys to be part of my healing process.
Actually, stop that email.
I mean, I get it when you talk about going to Comic-Con for something like that. It's like for those who have never had the opportunity to go, they don't understand the positive environment to having, that many nerds and geeks of every type of pop culture gathered in one safe place, that it doesn't matter what you're into, everybody welcomes everybody there, and it's like the most magical week. And I know personally it recharges me for half a year when you go to those shows and you're meeting the people and you're out there shaking hands and you're talking about what you love to the people who love it even more than you. It's crazy, and I can't believe you did that going through that. But
honestly, Dwight, it was so humbling, because here I am geeking out over cosplayers, geeking out over, you know, illustrators and toy designers and vendors, and I'm like fanning out, and they're like, how do you know me? I'm like, you guys don't understand exactly what I did with you, Dwight. Speak from the heart. Speak candidly and transparently. Like, I'm not trying to bullshit you, dude. I don't have time to bullshit you. But what I do have time to do is to just say thank you. Thank you for what you guys represent to us as collectors, as toy nerds, as cats that, like, I want to pass the same energy that I have with you guys to my kids. I'm trying to educate them. Yo, Ryan blessed me with an amazing collection that we started playing. I sent you the video, Ryan, of us playing in the morning. Like, us diving into creating a universe with these new Marvel Legends, because I want them to feel that same thing that I had as a kid and still as an adult. I'm not growing up anytime soon, guys. This is not, I don't care if I am a father and a husband and all the stuff that I had the beautiful intro by Ryan, but at the end of the day, I still love my child like qualities as far as like my imagination and the creativity. And that's why I think like being on this show, for me, it was such an honor, and I geeked out when Ryan's like, yo, do you want to be part of the Pulse? I said, of course I want to be part of the Pulse. Not only do you have a kick-ass team, you have an amazing brand that sees what you're trying to bring. And I told him this. I said, you are a hero to us, to folks that are of different cultures and different nationalities, to one day say, hey, I could be in a corporate setting, but still remain creative and provide opportunities for others that look just like me, man. And that's the beautiful thing, inclusivity. That's exactly what I get from you guys. I love that everybody's from different backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds, but you guys all love toys, you all love the culture, and that brings us all together.
Yeah, talking about Comic-Con, it's great when we would see families come through, right, Dwight? You got the little kids all cosplayed out. Dwight, like, and then just being in that environment is so recharging. We all work the booth, but then after 2 or so days, it's like, hey Ryan, can you watch the booth for half an hour? I'm gonna go walk around and look for stuff, and then I come back and I'm like, Dwight, you good? I want to go to the vendors too and look through my old Toy Biz X-Men Legends there. But yeah, so
you don't go to the toys, you go to the cards. You're lying to everybody on the screen.
Trading cards. Yeah, I got them right here. I got them right behind me here. So sorry I popped out a bit back there, technical difficulties, but yeah, Tab, before we get out of here, would love to hear more about your kind of writing. Tab was nice enough to send me Werewolf by Night. I have it in my background, and here's a sweet variant cover. I read it all front to back to do my homework. It was actually really cool to read your letter in the back, which was written during the time of this pandemic that we've been in. It had a lot of great insight, so I would really encourage you fans who haven't yet read it to go out and get it. It's got great art. It's got a cool story. What was it like actually writing and putting a lot of your own personal story into the comic pages?
Yeah, so all the folks that may not know, I've been part of the Marvel family for just as a fan and as a ally. I want to say over 10 years now, and it started with me meeting Daniel Fate first. And then I met Jason Latore. I hadn't met the big dogs yet. I met my family, Daniel Fink and Jason Latore. They kind of put me onto game on who I needed to speak to take my passion and my love for storytelling to the next level. So I remember bringing this book that will.i.am and my new writing partner, Ben B. Earl, wrote called Master of the Sun to Marvel. And that was the first IP that was a Black IP. I think it's going to be brought to Marvel. Marvel co-signed it. And that was the first introduction to being able to do something, but I hadn't written on it. I was just like utilizing
like Avengers, or he was writing something else.
But that relationship sparked interest on what I was doing on my own. So I always championed this amazing hero named Red Wolf, which Ryan, you guys need to make a Red Wolf, bro. We need a Red Wolf in the Marvel universe. Marvel Legends, Red Wolf, we need that. So hopefully I put this out into the universe to make that happen. So I remember telling Jason Latore about Red Wolf, and he was like, "Man, you know, we would love to do a cosplay with you becoming Red Wolf." So I became Red Wolf, and that was my first introduction into like, oh yeah, Black IP. Oh, he's Native American and Mexican. Oh, he loves Red Wolf. Okay, cool. So that conversation started. People didn't really know about what my contribution was to become, and then I did the toy hunt. And so people are like, oh, he collects toys. Okay, cool. So I remember feeling like, what's my next mission? How can I continue this amazing energy? So Jason Latore is like, hey, we got an opportunity for you to hook up with Joe Quesada in New York to do this storytellers show.
I hope they.
So I said, great. So I remember I did the show. I did the episode with Joey Q, and we built a great friendship. And I said, Joey Q, how can I write for Marvel?
Or like tomorrow.
And he's like, let me tell you something. Who's your muse? Who's your guy? I said Red Wolf. And I kept telling him Red Wolf.
But
he's like, you know, it'll present itself.
The others, so they go
you just gotta, you know, you gotta stick with it. You gotta find the right avenue. And when he was telling me that, Jason was like, hey, you want to go back to the showroom, the New York City Marvel showroom? So I go to the showroom and I get an opportunity to meet CB and Tom Brevoort. And that was it. Those two guys were like my Yodas and my Obi-Wan Kenobi. Right? They put me on the map because I was like, guys, I was like that little dog in the Butch, yeah. You know that little dog what was his name? Butch and Spike. Yes, Spike. Like I was
definitely the guy because I was so
enthusiastic about writing for Marvel because I knew that through music I had written some songs and I loved the storytelling aspect of it, let alone being an indigenous writer. Right? So I wanted to kind of fill in that lane. There's amazing writers at Marvel that are indigenous and illustrators like Jeffrey Varegi, who actually worked with me on my first thing. So Tom Brevoort says, Tab, we got this thing called Marvel 1000.
Choose a character.
Marvel 1000. Yeah. Would you like to make that your first, shot at writing for Marvel? I was like, yes. My muse is Red Wolf. Okay, go back and write it. So I got together with my writing partner, Ben. beat Earl, and we started ping-ponging, going back and forth about Red Wolf, Protect the Sacred, because I just went to Standing Rock, so I wanted to implement my own personal story in it. And we got Jeffrey Veregi to do the artwork. We turned it in to Tom. He loved it. Next thing you know, I get a call like a couple months later from Jake Thomas. Jake Thomas says, Tab, we got another job for you. I'm like, great, I made it. I'm part of the Marvel family, right? We got another job for you, Tab. What is it? Okay, we're gonna give you a clean slate with one of our heroes called, and his name is Werewolf by Night. I'm like, oh snap, Werewolf by Night. Jack Russell, Jack Russoff.
It's true.
That's a tough one.
This entire thing is
we're
just sat here
that's
going,
like, you know, a fan base that has been there for so many years. He's like, don't worry about that. Give it a new facelift. I want you to tell your story. Give it the native twist to it, and make it about, like, you know, let's make it like The Fugitive, like Tommy Lee Jones going after Harrison Ford. Yeah. And we'll even throw in Red Wolf for you. I was like, great. I get Red Wolf and I get Werewolf by Night, and we get to make him a native Mexican character. Great. So we went back with Ben. We started writing it, like, and then we got the blessing of getting Scott
and the guy from Black Eyed Peas.
Scott
is like slowly off the
Scott Eaton is one of the most amazing.
It's been 1 hour and 20 minutes.
People with the pen or with the pencil, and he just brought our vision to life.
The stuff.
And
tomorrow
my Wolfpack team, Lindsay and Janet at Marvel. They made that happen, so we put it out, and I sent it to Ryan. We have a trade just came out last week. Show that, please. There it is, right there.
Nice.
Beautiful, beautiful. And during that time that we put out Werewolf by Night, I also got to be part of the Indigenous Voices. Danny Moonstar, Warpath. So this right here is very personal to me because
so I take it out the case.
I'm all about representation at Marvel, and the fact that they gave Indigenous heroes a voice was something historical, and I really appreciate the fact that they gave me an opportunity to be part of this journey. And this kind of kicked off my journey with my new editor named Sarah B. I want to say her last name right. Her name is Sarah Brunstad. And her and CB gave us another opportunity to write this new character, which is an old character named Kashala off the Johnny Blaze world. She's from the Demon Rider. She's a demon rider.
New legends. We've been talking
Ghost Rider universe.
About,
so we're going to implement Johnny Blaze along the way. We're going to implement Doctor Strange because it's Sorcerer Supreme. And we're writing this amazing book, Kashala, called The Spirit of Vengeance. So all of this stuff is like basically like me being a kid in a candy store, and I get choked up thinking about it, Dwight, because
the others are really trying
here I am, a kid that was battling cancer 6 years ago, bro, and now I got all my dreams coming to life. So it's like that one point in my life where I almost gave up, I almost died, I was getting beat down by cancer, and then my strength came in, and I became my own hero. I became my own champion. And to now be, you know, in partnerships with Marvel, who specify on heroes, and be in conversations with you guys who create heroes for kids to play with and adults to love, like, I'm very blessed, man, and I'm very thankful, and I'm humbled about every opportunity that I get. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I love it. I appreciate it. And I thank you guys.
It's like, right,
well, it's amazing though, because it's like you're now you're adding more stuff to the mythos to share for generations to come. So it's, I don't know, it's yeah, we're on the plastic side, you're on the storytelling side, as well as your music and everything else. But you know, that's
I forgot about that. Man. I'm so geeked out. That's like so like secondary right now, because you gotta understand, man, like I've been doing that for so long that it is second nature. I love and appreciate that blessing of being a Black IP. But at the end of the day, man, when I'm at home, I love my toys, I love my sneakers, I love, you know, just being a kid with my kids. I have 3 little ones, Jalen, Journey, and Jet. And we have fun, man. We just built a tree house. You best believe we're gonna have some Marvel characters up there playing and creating a universe up there, brother.
See, second to you, but my oldest daughter is at dance right now tonight, and she is going to be so pissed off when she comes home and finds out that I've been talking to you for the last half hour. She's gonna be like, "Oh, Dad, you're the worst." She's
yeah,
so
I don't know.
Half an hour.
I don't know if she watched the
like
video we just put out with Shakira. Dropped it, yeah. We just dropped a new single with Shakira, which I mean, on the TikTok app, it blew up. We haven't toured our last album yet. That came out in 2020, but we had 4 number ones off of it. And the song with Shakira is the song that all the kids gravitated to and are doing the dance challenge. And it just became a life of its own. And it took on a life of its own. And I'm just glad, man. I'm glad that even on the music tip in 2021, that my vehicle is still running and was still an awesome Ferrari out there.
You kind of think
burning
that
run.
you have people.
Yo, man, I'm gonna make sure Dwight and Brian just put on "Bridging the Gap" on repeat over and over, man. You know what I mean?
That's awesome, dude. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that love that you showed, Dan. And I just want to say, Ryan, like, you know, you keep me dreaming every night that we like just ping pong on our conversations and just us as fathers and husbands and all the things that are just normal to us in a daily basis. Like I really geek out with you, man, and I appreciate our friendship, dude. And Liv, I've been talking to you the last couple of days, and I really appreciate her too. So, you know, I just want to say thank you guys, and also, if I can, I just want to acknowledge my team from the Marvel side. Okay, so my team,
you have like
B.
other brands,
Earl,
like you got
CB Sapolsky, Mighty Brunstad, aka
I feel like
Sarah
this is just taken away
Brunstad,
from it.
Jake Thomas, Jason Latore, Tom Brevard, and Joe Quesada. I cannot thank you guys for all the love and support that you've given me. They didn't have to do that. They could have been like, what does a Black Eyed Pea know about freaking toys and comics, right? But you see my passion. You see my transparency. You see how candid I am when I speak. I get geeked up, man. I smile and I'm passionate about it, and I speak with passion. I always speak with honesty because I love it, and I won't give up this passion, man. And every opportunity I get, like being here on Pulse, it just keeps me fighting on, bro. Just like when I was fighting cancer.
Every other show,
you don't have to script it when you live it and you love it, and that's beyond clear with listening to you here.
Investors meeting again.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, so thank you for joining us, Tab, and spending some time with us. Your passion is very clear, and your expertise in collecting ways, we're all similar in that regard. So it's fun to share something and be part of the same community together. Again, everyone.
Oh, you know what I forgot to tell you, Ryan? Because you mentioned the Toy Hunter show.
If you
I forgot to tell
that's absolutely
the fans that are on that I'm also a big wrestling fan. I love the LJN wrestling.
Like this should be
like that was my jump off. Like I loved creating SummerSlam and WrestleMania and all the things at that time that were happening in the 80s when WWE was WWF.
But I think this should have been a separate thing.
And we had the big LJN wrestlers. And I was just watching The Rock show the other day, and he actually had the LJN in an episode. So it was cool to see that because it took me back to my love and appreciation for LJN wrestlers. In the episode with Jordan Hembro, it was actually Hulk Hogan that gave me a Black Card series that was graded from 1989 from Montreal. And I still have it. It's in an amazing case and it's still in great condition. So that was it.
Dwight's been known to wear a wrestling T-shirt or two around the office, as we can all attest.
Yeah, just once or twice.
So we're getting the wrap up signal here, but I just wanted to thank you, Tab. You're such an inspiration to us all in many ways, from the music to your story to all the other ventures that you do. So everyone, continue to support him, and we'd love it if you could help us in congratulating our Sentinel winner. So I have the name here. It is Wolver Rich. So congratulations.
Well done, Wolver Rich.
Congrats, man. Here, I hope we can share that one day because I need one in my house too, brother. My tree house.
Okay, see you in a bit, Antonio.
All right, so I guess
I got the plug.
There you go.
Ryan and Dwight.
There you go. Well, you know some folks now at the Pulse. You've got a couple of friendlies. So thank you guys again. Thank you, fans, for tuning in. Thank you to Tab. You're awesome. I guess we're going to throw it back to Steve Evans right now to kick us on to continue with the show. So thanks everyone.
Steve. Thank you, Steve Evans.
I don't know who you are.
Thank you, Tab.
He went through that drink.
Appreciate it. That's a wonderful segment. Looks like we got another member of the team. I'm going to have to find him a desk when we go back to work. That's awesome. And just on that, Tab, I want to thank you, and everyone wants to thank you for getting into the mold, stretching it, bending it, cracking it, and breaking it. Like, you are showing that a toy collector can be anyone from anywhere, which I love. I love
this
it.
guy right now.
All right, I've got a little note in my ear that it's Tab is kind of party. What's a party without music and dancing? Don't worry, I'm not going to throw down my hardboard and start breaking out my body popping moves. Although I don't know, I can kind of do it. That I call the domino double jointed elbow move. I just made it up. Don't worry about it. I was never very good at it, as it shows. But we actually have a bona fide rock band ready to play for us now. And thinking about this band, I was trying to come up with a word for these rock stars in disguise. And the only word I could really summon up, which is a word that I haven't used for like 35 years probably, and that is rad. So kick back, crank up the volume, and lose yourselves in some tubular tunes. That's the only time I've ever read the script, by the way. Because best announcer voice, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Transformers from Toronto, Cybertronic Spree.
Okay.
What's up, Earth? We are your rock stars in disguise, the Cybertronic Spree, and we're coming from outer space to invade your space tonight with a special live stream.
Don't worry, you guys are all getting this for free. If you want to throw some super chats, then that's absolutely fine.
We're going to be playing original tunes tonight.
Original?
Shockwave,
I'm not going to get copy
are you ready?
coming, that's fine.
I'll take that as a yes. All right. Well, buckle up, humans, because I'm driving, and I've got wheels of fire!
Oh, God, please. Not getting copy. I didn't. In fact, I say, do you want to cut this off? I'll be swear to God. Perfect time to go get food, some drink, whatever you want. You go for it. I reckon they're just going to get one song. Stepped into personal house. To be fair though, would you rather listen to this or would you rather listen to the other guy? Like, talk about this comic. Like, it's a cool comic, but it's not stuff that I would read. This is music. It sounds very 80s. I want a bit more movement from it. This is fun. It's not my type of music. Sorry, it's definitely my type of music. I just looked at the chat drop from it was like 170 or something. I love how they're trying to focus on and like it's just focusing on the guitar more. Lucy seems like very smart. It's not cool. But Tony's podcast. I cannot name all the Transformers. I know you. Transformers is never my thing though. Can you name all the Transformers? That's the question. It does sound like like that's the impression I got from it. Yeah, I've still watched Sentai. I'm not gonna stop watching if one thing takes off. Yeah, it's still a thing. I enjoy the thing. It'd be like saying this if Power Rangers stopped tomorrow, would people watch Sentai instead? I think people would. It is, Melissa. It is. It's such a random thing. Okay, guys.
All right. Woo!
I collected Transformers.
No, it's not a thing. I'm never gonna get used to finishing a song and not hearing applause. That's just not gonna happen. It's all right.
Logical.
You know what, though? I am super stoked to be sharing the stage tonight with some incredible robot talent. Like the Quintesson over there. Quintesson, give yourself a little bow. I see you keeping it mysterious. We all see you. A little nod out to Soundwave working the lights in the back. What is up, Soundwave?
All right, well, for this next one, I'm gonna get right up in your face.
Are you?
Because nobody tells me what to do with my toys!
Like, just pop back in like 5 minutes. Let me just throw up some like stuff on it. Like literally, as this thing just throw up like Transformer toys and just go, here we go, guys. Just literally show someone playing with it. You guys suck. They're better than anything else on this premium party. I'll give you on that one. At least it's more entertaining. It's just one thing. I think one thing is when I see live music, if the music always louder than the actual like when they start singing, so I feel like it rounds them out a bit. But this is really reminding me of the days of when I go to like when I used to go to like metal club and stuff like that. Well, I feel like I should be talking to one of my friends with a beer in my hand.
So help me, I'll help you. Love the airlock, I'll send you.
Name the song now, I have no idea. Don't tell me what to do with my toys. I wouldn't say that. Like the embarrassing song. It's horrible. There we go. I'll just drop it down. I just literally think that this has reminded me of my days back at when I used to go to like metal clubs and stuff, when we could go out. But it's just one of those things like right now where this feels like an after party. Don't know why, even though it's like 5 o'clock, 5:30 in America. The best thing with it so far was Domino reveal that had a double jointed. Oh yeah, I've got to admit, like I'm guessing that if that works really well, they're going to probably implement it in every single toy that they'll do. Yeah, it's still on, and I think this is an intermission. See, this is what I'm like. Okay, is it finished?
All right. Listen up, humans. We're here for a good time, not a long time. And tonight, we have time for one more.
Okay, one more.
Switching it up on the Decepticons. Rumble's gonna see us through the next one. Great stuff, Shocky.
Reaching the symbols, Rumble.
Special thanks to Hasbro and Entertainment One for making this production possible tonight.
It's absolutely fine, Marissa. Welcome to the chat, the stream.
Thank you at home for watching. You know much fun as we're having up on stage here, we have so much more when we're doing this with a live audience. So I cannot wait until October, aka Rocktober, where we'll be at it again live across the country.
Okay.
For our Party Till We Break 2021 tour.
We're all here for like Lightning Collection, believe me.
Play the very first song we ever wrote as a band together.
I want to see all of the stuff.
Rumble, my dude. Are you ready? Hell yeah, baby. Then take me to space.
No, please don't. This is a decent tune. Kind of reminds me of Hammers of Misfortune or something. Why have I've heard that song somewhere before, or the band? It's just the music needs to be lower when they're playing so you can hear them. It's the only thing that always gets me with live music. I think that they'll show some stuff, like they'll talk about it, because it's very weird that they would show Power Rangers at the very beginning for the sneak peek. What? We're getting songs. The teenage Power Rangers one. The Turtle Power Rangers would be quite good. I think episode 8 preview is only the PR stuff we'll see of the premium party. This band thing feels like the end of the intermission. Cyber Warrior, I don't know. Laugh if one of her shoes goes flying when she kicks. To be fair, I really like her costume. I like when he's Unicron and he's got the beard coming through. I think that's actually quite a cool concept. When are we going to get the fireworks? If they don't have fire, like indoor fireworks, I would be really gutted. Like just at the end. Porn would be easier to explain this. Oh, the play to the camera. Come closer. Oh, kicking away. Oh no, I'm 17, I can't watch the channel. You've slept. Have I? Oh, as long as... like, people can watch it. That's all. So... it's just a disclaimer. I like how the faction symbol is on the hybrid of the Autobot and the Decepticon badges. They could release a limited edition album of this, that would be cool. Hasbro just like endorse them and say, here you go, here's like a limited edition toy, or make them into toys. Like that would be kind of cool. Like I want to see Unicron with a beard, and then Super Sentai type Soundwave and guy in the back. Some places don't allow indoor. Like literally, I couldn't hear what she was singing. Oh, I hate that. Oh, and there we go. Is he going to switch to something else?
I've been standing like this for 12 minutes.
No, you haven't.
I want to be a Cybertronic warrior. In fact, I'm going to be a Cybertronic warrior. Mark and myself and the crew here were all moshing to Cybertronic Spree. Thank you very much, but this hair weren't moving, I tell you.
Probably do
so
metal
who would have thought that we'd be rocking out
Probably.
to Transformers band on a Thursday night?
Okay, they are. Okay, I get
Not
it.
me, that's for certain. But I've loved doing it. This about wraps things up for us. I hope you've had fun.
Really?
I have. Thank you for letting me into your homes, you crazy people. And just again, to reiterate, for legal reasons, I cannot see your webcam, I promise you. But I have to say, Blaine, you need to wash those sweatpants. They are rank. Come on, boy. What's going on? Good news is, this is only the beginning. The main event is tomorrow. So remember to tune in to Hasbro Pulse's YouTube channel tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And join FanFest host Jackie Jennings for more news, reveals, and shenanigans. And remember, you, as the Hasbro Pulse premium hunters,
can't boost it any
Mark,
higher.
who wrote the script. You have early access to some of tomorrow's pre-orders. So get in training, get all the workouts going, and make sure that you get what you need and get what you want. So, until we meet again.
No, we won't. I doubt we'll ever meet again.
Cheerio. Bye-bye.
There we go. Wow. That was something, wasn't it? And drop the music down because I don't want to get slapped with it. Forget your man, barely promoted PR team. Yeah. Just... It annoys me because I generally thought that we'd get a sneak peek of everything. Yeah, that's kind of annoyed me a bit. But what we'll probably do is tomorrow we'll live stream it, same time, so 4 p.m. UK time, and then whatever time it is over there, like where it's starting. So we'll live stream it again. We'll talk about it. You've not missed anything, Snowy. This is like the premium members party type thing that they give. So this is something completely different. I have like turned off the music. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Yeah, I'm not. I think $50 for that, and it's just the free shipping. So tweet at Hasbro and tell them. Just. Yeah, you had to. It's part of the premium Pulse thing, so you can have an account with them. But if you want the premium stuff, where it's just like pre-orders and you get stuff straight away, that's it. I don't know. I would say 99%. You had me talking a bit. Right, just go to just chatting because there's not really much doing it now. So there will be a better one tomorrow. Awesome. Thank you very much, the Gaming Wookie, for $4.99. That's absolutely appreciated. Thank you very much. So yeah, so hopefully, like, well, this will be better tomorrow. I don't think it's a whole weekend, is it? Like, I'm sure it's not a whole weekend. I'm sure it's going to be something like thing. I think from what I've seen of the schedule, the Power Ranger stuff is... It's 15 minutes into it. Let me quickly just double check, because if I can find where it's coming, then you can actually see where to drop in. So hang on, let me find out, because I did see it earlier. No, there we go. Okay, so so it says on the oh, okay, so it's different times. Oh, it's just Power Rangers at 12:15 EST time. And that's it. And it says live stream off. Is it going to show me anything? I'm not going to reply it. They sent me a link. Premium. So if you didn't have a link, like if you don't have premium, and they sent you a link, so do you think they just like messed up and went fuck it? I guess tomorrow is a big PR reveal. Yeah. Again, I'll be streaming it again. Thank you very much, Crazy Toon Productions. I hope you'll come back tomorrow so we can see stuff. Best thing to come out of this was your commentary. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you like my commentary. I will do more, be a bit more harsh on stuff. Can anyone recap tomorrow's reveals? I don't know. It's going to be the Sentinel that they do, and it'll be down. Sentinel, and it'll be some Marvel stuff. Then they'll do Transformers, G.I. Joe, all the way through the day. Power Rangers, I think, is going to be at the very beginning, but I'll be streaming it straight away. Anyone know where the Star Wars stuff is being announced? I don't know, but I'm guessing if each one's got a certain time frame, so Power Rangers will be something like 15 to 20 minutes maybe. So I think it'll go for that because I think it's later. Like, they should release a schedule. I asked for this when they talked about it, and they sent me an email about it. I was like, do we have a schedule for this so I know what's going on? But we'll just stream it. Come for the commentary. Don't you RIP for your Pulse members, but you would you accept it's not like it's an actual event? Like I just the guy doing it, it's just come back on and saying it's 5 p.m. ET time, but it's 4 o'clock I think in the UK. Oh, and he revealed Marge's Domino and Cannonball. And then we've got Jesus playing fancy paying for that. I know. Can't they insight us on the comic book movie? Sabi, I don't think they're going to talk about the comics or the movies. It's not their sort of thing yet. It's more the TV show and stuff like that. I think that's going to be the main thing. And Eric, I know, it was here. And you got all the stuff. Yeah, it's really random and stuff like that. Hopefully, Snowy, it will do. Hope you stop by tomorrow. That we can actually get this done, because I really do want to promote. I really want to talk about it. I know some people are staying up to ridiculously early in the morning because it's streaming other time. But yeah, don't know what else. I think I see everyone is leaving slowly, so that's fine. It's like the after party. It's like you go on your way. But if you do want to come back, I shall be streaming. I think it's at it's 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock over here. But if you keep an eye on Twitter, I'll announce it and stuff like that. So the premium, to be fair, the premium is about $40. But the only thing is you're just paying for free shipping, because it depends on how much you're using it. Me personally, I think I'm only going to get the Ranger stuff and maybe some thingamabob, some Marvel Legends. But that's about it. There's not really much. I do enjoy Dino Fury. I do. It's a good one, and I'm looking forward to seeing. I hope they're not doing the same trope with Zato like they did with Devon, where he's good leader and then suddenly a massive dick. But we'll see so far. So yeah, I think I'm going to end it there. Thank you for everyone who's joined. Sorry it was a rocky start to begin with, but we'll be back tomorrow with some Power Ranger stuff. That's going to be fun. I'm hoping the event's a bit longer, because obviously tonight is a bit but yeah, thank you very much. Favorite, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again to Snowy for the super chat, as well as the Gaming Wookie for the super chat. Why was I going to say super snap? Anyway, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, guys. It does help the channel grow. I am going to leave it there. I hopefully see you all tomorrow. Who knows? But yeah, thanks, guys. I'll see you